Capri Catanzaro is here today to talk about the truth of RI Democrats. From the Rhode Island Progressives, please welcome Capri.
Hello everybody, thank you for coming here today. And thank you for Andy for holding this rally, of course, and Indivisible Rhode Island for holding the rally. My name's Capri, as I was introduced. I'm part of the Rhode Island Progressive Democrats. I'm the political director. And today, I will talk about the truth of Rhode Island Democrats. So, truth. Every day, we hear about it fleeing our national politics. But today, I want to talk about another place, right here in Rhode Island. I have a story that will tell you a lot about how our politicians disregard the truth. 2 years ago, Rhode Island House Speaker Nick Mattiello was on Channel 10. He talked about his responsibility to fix Rhode Island's nearly $200 million structural deficit. In order to balance the budget, Mattiello said that he will need to cut social services. And as a supposedly democratic speaker, it baffles me that he decides social services are the best place for us to make budget cuts. Reporter Bill Rapley brought up a really great point: the tax cuts for the rich. Now, let me be very clear about the tax cuts for the rich. Many of you may not know, in 2005, Rhode Island's top income tax bracket was almost 10%. Over the next 5 years, we cut that top marginal income tax bracket by nearly 40%. Now that's a huge percent. And we've got to make the connection between our growing deficits and the income tax cuts to the rich. So conservatives, they know this. So when conservatives, like Mattiello, say that we need to slash social services in order to balance the budget, what they're really saying is thousands of Rhode Islanders will have to go without food stamps or health care so the speaker's friends can enjoy low taxes and large subsidies. Thank you. But Mattiello responded to the question with, and I quote here, "There haven't been tax cuts for the rich." It's entirely unacceptable that the speaker lied so blatantly. PolitiFact Rhode Island actually ruled this claim to be false. But what's really disturbing is that Mattiello defended his claims. He said in his own words, "I believe they were correct because when I talk to my friends, my neighbors, they don't see any tax relief. The well-to-do neighbors don't see any tax relief." We have to acknowledge how embarrassing it is that our House Speaker believes reports from his rich friends are somehow more relevant and more valid than hard evidence. So let's talk about the great truth of Rhode Island politics. A truth, in my opinion, is spoken far too rarely. We have a lot of Democrats who we know are Republican, but they run as a Democrat, basically so they can win. So they can win. These are not my words. This is a real quote from the former director of the Rhode Island Republican Party. And it's true. While Trump and Raimondo are pushing brutal Medicaid cuts, Rhode Islanders are going bankrupt from medical bills. When Raimondo was running for governor, she signed a pledge to grant driver's licenses to undocumented immigrants. But she later refused to honor her word, referring to her 2014 campaign promise as a mistake. As Republicans across the country push voter ID laws meant to disenfranchise people of color, our state Democrats decided to push one too. If we take a look at our state legislature, we'll see many Democrats are endorsed by Right to Life. This includes the Senate leadership, and of course, Speaker Mattiello. They were expected to lead the way for Democrats. Opposing a woman's right to choose is a flagrant disregard for the state and federal party platform. Politicians who oppose their party values are lying to the people. Party fraud is so rampant in this state that it's actually considered normal. So that's the truth about our Democratic politicians in Rhode Island. But here is another truth. That's not who we are. We are a state of progressives, progressive Democrats. We are the majority, and the potential is incredible. There is nothing that we cannot accomplish. We will pass groundbreaking police reform to crack down on systemic racism and police brutality. We will pass recreational marijuana to end the discriminatory war on drugs. We will pass Medicare for all and join the rest of the free world in guaranteeing health care as a human right. We will pass carbon pricing to create thousands of clean, renewable energy jobs. We'll pass universal pre-kindergarten and promote real family values. But we will not normalize party fraud. We deserve better. Real Democrats need to take back the State House. But first, we really need to win some elections. The Rhode Island Progressive Dems is a grassroots organization. We are dedicated to electing progressive candidates and fighting for progressive legislation, like I just mentioned. Across the state, progressives, just like all of you, are getting involved. Many of them, they want to run for office. These progressives will face tough primary challenges against incumbents, some with more than $50,000 in their campaign accounts. As a progressive community, we must all contribute to the cause. We must all do what we can to help elect progressives up and down the ballot. So I ask of you today, you all came out here and there's a lot to be angry about, but there's also a lot of work to be done to change our system. Are you ready to make phone calls, to knock on doors? Are all of you ready to make Rhode Island a real democratic state? I want to say thank you again to Indivisible Rhode Island for holding this rally, and I want to thank all of you who are here in support. To each and every one of you listening and watching, you matter. And unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. The future of Rhode Island is up to you, and you, and you. Thank you very much for coming today.